The tension in the spiritual and political heart of northern Nigeria has reached a fever pitch this week, as a series of events which began in the final days of 2025 has culminated in what many are calling a direct assault on the religious leadership in Kaduna State. While the nation was busy navigating the complexities of the new year, a prominent Islamic scholar from Zaria, Sheikh Sani Khalifa, known to be a close associate and friend of the controversial cleric Sheikh Ahmad Gumi, has effectively vanished into the custody of state security forces. This isn't just a simple arrest, it is a story of a carefully laid trap, a frozen bank account, and a mysterious 2 million naira transfer that has allegedly linked a man of God to a shadowy plot against the highest office in the land. As we speak, Sheikh Khalifa has been held for over 23 days without a formal charge, and his family is crying out because they have no idea where he is being kept. The gist is that he is being held in a secret location far from the eyes of his students and the legal protections of the Nigerian constitution, and the silence from the Department of State Services has only served to fuel the fire of speculation in the streets of Zaria and Kaduna. The details of how this detention came to be are as intriguing as they are alarming. According to sources close to the scholar, the ordeal began when Sheikh Khalifa's bank account was suddenly and inexplicably frozen. No court order was served and no written notice was provided by the financial institution. When he approached the Zaria branch to resolve the issue, he was told that the matter could only be handled at the headquarters in Abuja. It appears that this was the bait. Upon his arrival in the nation's capital to clear his name and regain access to his funds, he was intercepted by security operatives and whisked away into a world of interrogation and isolation. The reason? It all comes down to a transaction involving a soldier who is currently among the 16 senior military officers being detained over an alleged coup plot against President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. This is where the story takes a very dark turn, as the government is officially denying that any coup plot even exists, yet they are holding a religious scholar because a soldier sent him money for prayers and blessings. If you find this level of deep dive reporting into the intersection of religion and national security important, please take a moment to hit the like button. Your engagement ensures that these complex stories about our fundamental rights are seen by a wider audience and that the conversation about accountability remains active. Also, if you want to stay updated on the legal battle for the Sheikh's release and the broader implications for other clerics in the north, please click that subscribe button and turn on your notifications. We are committed to bringing you the gist behind the headlines that the mainstream media might be too afraid to touch, and your subscription is the fuel that keeps this independent news channel running. The related talk currently buzzing among legal experts and human rights activists like the Human Rights Writers Association is the legality of incommunicado detention in 2026. Under our laws, every suspect has the right to be informed of their crime and brought before a court within 48 hours. Yet here we have a man who has spent nearly a month in a secret facility. His students and family insist that the 2 million naira in question was simply a religious offering, a common practice where followers send hadiah to their teachers for spiritual guidance. They argue that if every cleric who receives a donation from a soldier is to be arrested, then half of the religious leadership in Nigeria would be in handcuffs. But the security agencies seem to be looking at a much bigger picture. They are investigating everyone who had a transaction with the group led by Brigadier-General Musa Sadiq, and it seems Sheikh Khalifa was caught in a very wide and very unforgiving net. This detention is happening against a backdrop of increasing calls for the arrest of his associate, Sheikh Ahmad Gumi himself. Just days ago, activists were publicly urging President Tinubu to strip Gumi of his immunity and prosecute him for his perceived tacit support for bandits in the northwest. By picking up his close friend Sheikh Khalifa, many analysts speculate that the government is sending a clear and unmistakable warning to the Gumi camp. It is a proxy arrest designed to tighten the noose around those who have spent the last few years advocating for a softer approach to the insurgency. The government's strategy in 2026 appears to be one of zero tolerance for non-state mediators, especially those with links to the military or those who have been vocal about the failures of the current administration's security policies. As we continue to monitor this situation, we have to ask, where does the line between spiritual support and criminal conspiracy begin? If a scholar prays for a man who later turns out to be a rebel, does that make the scholar a rebel too? The mystery of the secret location where Sheikh Khalifa is being held only adds to the disgust being expressed by his followers. They are demanding that if the government has evidence of a coup connection, they should bring it to the open court of law, rather than hiding behind the walls of a detention center. The fear is that this could be the start of a wider crackdown on northern scholars who refuse to align their sermons with the official narratives of the state. The fallout from this arrest is already being felt in the Zaria Central Mosque and among the various Islamic orders in the north. There is a sense of betrayal because many of these scholars played key roles in maintaining peace during the 2025 protests. To see one of their own lured into a trap in Abuja has created a deep rift between the clerical class and the security agencies. We are hearing reports that other prominent sheikhs are now being extra careful with their bank transactions and their associations, fearing that they too could be picked up for simply doing their jobs as religious guides. This is a story that goes beyond just one man. It is a test of the democratic credentials of the Tinubu administration as we move into a very politically sensitive year. I really want to hear your thoughts on this in the comment section below. Do you believe the government has the right to detain clerics who have financial links to suspected coup plotters, even if the money was for prayers? Or do you think the use of bank account freezes as a trap is a dangerous overreach that threatens everyone's freedom? The gist is getting heavier by the day, and your perspective helps us understand how the public feels about these high-stakes security moves. Please share this video with your friends and family. The more people know about the secret detention of Sheikh Khalifa, the harder it is for justice to be delayed. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so now. Your subscription is the best way to support our efforts to shine a light into the dark corners where these secret detentions happen. We will continue to follow up with the DSS and the family of the Sheikh for any updates on his whereabouts. Stay safe, stay vigilant, and let us keep advocating for a Nigeria where the rule of law applies to everyone, regardless of their status or their friends. I will see you in the next update.